buying a home with high interest rate.
But first, let's hit it. Hi, it's Alan Victoria. Welcome to our Talent Podcast.
And if this is your first time in our podcast and YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and get notified.
Honestly, we call text all the time at 252-327-3357. We love talking to you. Also, do not be shy. And don't forget our buyer's guide and seller's guide in the description below, where you get lots of information on how to buy a home, what you can do, talk to our contacts, contact us, just read about it. It's great. All together. Now let's talk about those high interest rates.
And the time that basically we are recording this video is in the midst of the high interest rate in summer 2023.
Yeah, summer to fall.
Summer to fall, toward the fall. And we love to unpack lots of facts for you, and stay tuned with our channel till the end.
Now, reasons why you should be buying a home, and now is actually a good time to buy a home, and don't think you're going to be the only one, because literally in America, 4 million people are still expected to move this year. Not going to be 6.5, but 4 million people are expected to be buying and selling a home this year. So you will be in a number that is millions of people, so do not think you're alone with this concept, though sometimes it does feel like we're alone when we're buying a home and none of our friends have ever done it before and we don't know what we're doing, which is what happened to us when we were buying a home. Because so you have all this feeling, and then you see all these things on TV and on YouTube, and don't buy a home right now, rent forever, and that's not a good idea either. So let's talk about the importance of buying a home.
Exactly, and this significance on the buying a home really starts with your personal and financial commitment. No?
Right.
That's where you wanted to focus on. And of course, it comes with the accumulation of the equity, because you are investing, not just the purchasing.
Which means the longer you own the home, the more wealth you have in the future, and the more wealth you have to give to your children. And what are you doing to achieve this wealth? Paying a monthly mortgage. So it typically, like statistics say, people who own a home are statistically richer than people who don't own a home, and that's simple for the fact that they're using their mortgage payment and they're accumulating some sort of house that actually has monetary value.
Exactly. That's why number 2, which is the monetary benefit, that, as my wife said, despite of the high interest rate, appreciation of the property value over the time actually can offset the cost that you put in front.
Now think about it this. Inflation. What does that mean? Inflation means prices are increasing. What does that mean for houses? Prices are increasing. What happens if you already own your house? You now are sitting on a lot more value. So if you do not own a home, think about in the future when you do own a home, that will start applying to you too. So I want to point out that I know the hardest thing to do is get into your first home, but then after that, you realize all these benefits, and that brings us to the next one, which is that you feel very stable.
And then secure. That's why a stable environment for your family, as we talk, and also protection against unpredictable rent or inflation increase.
Right. So if inflation happens again, you're fine because you'll be in your home in the next time, right? So that's a great thing. Now, how do you get into this home the first time? Because you do not need 20%. This is a myth that continues and continues and continues, and people tell you all the time, but you don't. There's many financial ways to get home ownership. FHA is going to require 3.5% down, and they typically are more lenient or more forgiving with credit issues.
Exactly. And then, of course, there are some program is still now, like some of the lenders that even provide 1% down payment with your conventional loan. Therefore, they are facilitating opposite of the interest rate is going high, but some financial institution providing good benefits for the home buyers.
So these loan officers have more time to spend with you and more options to spend with you. They're not just running with the people who have the most amount of money and helping them and then kind of leaving you to the second. Now they have time for you, because there's 4 million and not 6.5 million. So all those people who have a lot are not bothering them, which means we are now at a time to ask for every sort of incentive out there.
Exactly. That's why it takes us to the next things that we wanted to talk about, state and local initiatives.
Right.
No?
So North Carolina, where we live, offers does have programs for first-time home buyer with low to moderate income. This can be in the form of down payment assistance, reduced interest rates. We can definitely hook you up. Other states have different programs. If you're in a different place and you still want to talk to us, we're happy to talk to you, and we can direct you to wherever, to your state or your local people. We know lots of people.
Exactly. Therefore, now we wanted to go to the next category, which is really is financial upside of the home buying. And we actually addressed the first point in the beginning of this video and podcast, which is accumulation of the equity in your investment.
You do not understand this because until you experience it, really. So it's hard to explain. But basically, when you do own a home, the prices increase, which means the value of your home, as long as you've bought in a good area, will increase over time, which means you are sitting on something that will make you more money just from the simple fact of you're paying your mortgage every month, which you have to pay either way. Another thing we want to talk about is taxes, no?
Exactly. The next thing that we wanted to talk is that tax advantage that the homeowners basically they benefit from the deduction on the mortgage interest rate that you pay to your bank, and that's going to get back to you after you file your taxes every year.
Another thing to point out with tax savings, bringing us to another little perk, is that you're going to have the ability to have home offices, and there's other ways that you can use your home wisely. Exactly. Another thing is about protecting yourself from those rent increases, no?
Exactly. This is another thing that we actually mentioned. Now we wanted to also, again, emphasize that.
Right. And another thing you don't realize is that what you do to the home can increase value as long as you take care of it.
Exactly.
If you're a DIYer, that's amazing. I am not a DIYer, but I do know that if you can repair things or increase things, like for instance, I have ugly carpeted rugs. I want my carpet rugs gone, and I understand by changing my carpeted rug, because I'm a real estate agent, I'm going to increase the value of my home even more and make it more wanted. So there's all these reasons that if I can afford to change my floor, to change my carpet, to my stairs from carpet to my beautiful wood that I want, then it's going to increase my value. Exactly. And that's another thing I can do on my own, which increases my own wealth in the future.
Therefore, that's what takes us to the next category that we wanted to understand, basically property value appreciation, which we start the first thing with the dynamics of really local housing market that you have in your area.
Right. This basically means that you should be working with a real estate agent, or there's certain things we can't tell you, like what are the best schools or whatever, but you can certainly Google that on your own and read the reviews, and not just listen to one person. Definitely read all the reviews. Also, because you understand the school zone, the amenities in the community, the infrastructure projects around the community are all going to affect your home value. Another thing is location, right? So if you buy a home in the best location, simply from being in that location, your home value is going to increase, even if you never change the floors, like mine, carpet to wood. But if you have a house in $1 million area, your house is still going to appreciate because you bought in that area.
Exactly. And also, there are external factors like economic or the property taxes or local dynamics that if they are developing more businesses in the area, that's going to still affect.
And you should definitely ask your real estate agent what is going on in that area. So you might think it's a sleepy town or you're buying by a farmland, but there's a huge development that's being planned in that farmland. So you're not going to be by farmland very long. So you have to understand what that is. Exactly. Another thing that's going to increase the value of your home over time when you're on home ownership, which is about investment strategy. Because the thing we all hate, let's be honest, is utility bills. What's the purpose? We all have to use electricity. Even if you're a renter, you have to pay the electric bill. You have to pay your heating. But there are ways when you're a homeowner to mitigate those utility bills that we don't really want. So you can do smart home, make sure that your home gets as much electric energy efficient as possible.
Exactly.
That's long-term savings. You can also look for state initiatives, because when you're a homeowner, there are initiatives out there in order to make sure that everybody is using the least amount of possible or less on the grill. What's another about water?
Basically, I was talking about solar panels, but you went to the water, basically doing some fixture, that helps you with your bills, and also they're gonna be environment friendly.
Right, so your water heater you can take care of, make sure that that's most energy efficient.
Exactly.
And then also just by making sure that your home is as automated as possible, which we all like, right? We want to click and open our blinds. We're going to reduce the energy consumption because we're controlling our savings. So that's amazing. That's another benefit of being a homeowner versus being a renter.
Exactly. Really, we came to tell you all the interest rate is going up, but all this benefit that we said about the equity, about the tax, all the benefit, joy of the home ownership, that you have a safety and security for your own loved family. That's all can help you and add up to you can be a homeowner too.
And if you're looking to buy and sell in Greenville, Winterville, or Ayden, or in our area at all, or you're out of state, maybe you're far away, maybe you're in California, but you're like, man, that hurricane is coming, I need to get out of here at the filming of this video, we're happy to talk to you. Right? We're happy to talk to you. So, and then we can tell you all about the wonders of our area.
Exactly.
So call us at 252-327-3357.
And support our channel and podcast by subscribing in it. And thank you for being good audience. And next one.